this legislation. Lots of people are introducing bills, but they're not getting the group attention that they ought to get. And what we did, we were hoping our Senate colleagues would come on board too. But right before last year's budget, we organized the House Republicans with our House Democratic colleagues. We went to them and said, will you be a part of this with us? And then we went up and we invited the governor to be there. And we stood on the Capitol steps and we put a spotlight on our members' bills. The governor himself can't introduce a bill. He can talk about a problem and get some attention to it, because he's got a bully pulpit, for the lack of a better phrase. And we felt like we needed to get a collective bully pulpit. And by putting I think we had almost the entire chamber there. Almost, not everybody, but almost. And the ones that weren't there were not there because they weren't on board. They just had other meetings.
Yeah.
But we met on the Capitol steps. I spoke, the governor spoke, and then we had some of the leaders, the legislative leaders speak, who had been really out front on the issue. And these are the bills. There were 5 bills that were passed in the last session based on that effort. And Arshan, if you want, I'll be glad to take you through them.
All right.
House Bill 1699 prohibits a healthcare practitioner from prescribing more than 7 days of an opioid to a patient in an emergency department or an urgent care center, or who is in observation status in a hospital. Now, why that particular bill? And some doctors might think, like, well, who are you to impede on my ability to assess my patient's issue? I think the idea there was, in an emergency room situation or an urgent care situation or an observation status situation, that person's not your full-time patient. That person's just there in an emergent situation, right? They're not going to keep you long as their patient. Their job is to triage and find you to another person, either to your doctor or to a specialist. So the goal there is to limit the amount of opioids that they could give you from that person. House Bill 1737 became law. And this is one that's interesting to me. Say I get a prescription, or you get a prescription, and you don't need to use it all. Certain people can tolerate pain a lot better than other people. I think of myself as somebody who's like that. I've been given medicine, and I maybe use it for 2